And it came to be, when the entire nation had completely passed over the Jordan, that Yahweh spoke to Yahusha, saying, "Take for yourselves 12 men from the people, 1 man from every tribe, and command them, saying, Take for yourselves 12 stones from here, out of the midst of the Jordan, from the place where the priest's feet stood firm. And you shall bring them with you, and leave them in the camp in which you spend the night." And Yahusha called the 12 men whom he had appointed from the children of Israel, 1 man from every tribe. And Yahusha said to them, "Pass over before the ark of Yahweh your Elohim into the midst of the Jordan, and each one of you take up a stone on his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. So that this shall be a sign in your midst when your children ask in time to come, saying, What do these stones mean to you? Then you shall answer them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. And these stones shall be for a remembrance to the children of Israel forever." And the children of Israel did so, as Yahusha commanded, and took up 12 stones from the midst of the Jordan, as Yahweh had spoken to Yahusha, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and took them over with them to their camp, and laid them down there. Yahusha also set up 12 stones in the midst of the Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests who bore the ark of the covenant stood, and they are there to this day. And the priests who bore the ark stood in the midst of the Jordan until every matter was finished that Yahweh had commanded Yahusha to speak to the people, according to all that Moses had commanded Yahusha, and the people hastened and passed over. And it came to be, when all the people had completely passed over, that the ark of Yahweh and the priests passed over in the presence of the people. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses had spoken to them. About 40,000 armed ones of the army passed over before Yahweh for battle to the desert plains of Jericho. On that day Yahweh made Yahusha great before the eyes of all Israel, and they feared him, as they had feared Moses all the days of his life. And Yahweh spoke to Yahusha, "Command the priests who bear the ark of the witness, and let them come up from the Jordan." And Yahusha commanded the priests, saying, "Come up from the Jordan." And it came to be, when the priests who bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh had come from the midst of the Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet touched the dry land, that the waters of the Jordan returned to their place and flowed over all its banks as before. And the people came up from the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and they camped in Gilgal on the east border of Jericho. And those 12 stones which they took out of the Jordan, Yahusha set up in Gilgal. And he said to the children of Israel, saying, When your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What are these stones? Then you shall let your children know, saying, Israel passed over this Jordan on dry land. For Yahweh your Elohim dried up the waters of the Jordan before you until you had passed over, as Yahweh your Elohim did to the sea of reeds, which he dried up before us until we had passed over. So that all the peoples of the earth shall know the hand of Yahweh, that it is strong, so that you shall fear Yahweh your Elohim forever.